Watch me, this old-fashioned liberal who hopes to make the case to current liberals, progressives, for not only just reinstating the death penalty in my state, but having it occasionally apply beyond just murder. I believe that foreigners who commit mass theft against us through the internet should be potentially subject to the death penalty. This is not just visceral. I mean, it is animated by the things I see on the internet that people fall prey to, and that more and more people will be sucked into at the cost of somebody's life. Somebody's. Now, might it be that user whose internet gets frozen because of a virus, a scam that locks the computer, okay? Holds it hostage while this person has a heart attack. Or, since many security systems are powered or notifying others through the computer that the downed computer is now keeping somebody insecure and mayhem ensues in their household. More likely, it's the indirect result. It's that when we have to go after crime, and we're obligated to, that's the basics of government, we have police and detectives who spend resources to go after mass thieves. And they can't protect against street crimes as much. I mean, it's a fact. Given number of resources in the same area, if those shrink in law enforcement, crime inevitably rises. So there is a trade-off, and these mass financial predators, I don't think they're violent criminals themselves, but their effect can be mayhem and death to Americans. I want to deter it. If I were a governor, I'd be seeking a death penalty. I want it at least on the books. Forgiveness, forbearance is possible with a parole board, but I want it on the books so that it deters, so that it keeps these bastards from enticing our people over and over and over again. And by the way, might help make the internet return to a more wholesome place. I think the internet is the greatest invention since the wheel. I mean, it's about even with refrigeration. And yet, it's becoming harder and harder to trust things on the internet. If we get to the stage where 60% of what you see is a potential scam, then it's just going to shut down what could have been the greatest invention, maybe even better than the wheel. So, to fight that takes state resources. But it doesn't take a lot of resources if there's a proper deterrent. And I think a death penalty for not Americans, but foreigners is proper. Now, why not Americans who do the same dastardly stuff? To some extent, we are our brother's keeper. To some extent, somebody who is condemned and has a chance to be let out 20 years later might actually do good in this country for people. And that's what parole boards should be looking for. Somebody who's contrite despite past offenses and really has the ideal of restitution in mind. Okay? It's not just for murder anymore. Connecticut is fortunate to have a fairly low rate of violent crime, but I want it to be zero. And to the extent we can get our other crimes down, we should try. And deterrence is a pretty cheap yet powerful way to do it. Connecticut's also a wealthy state, which means financial predators actually probably have it in for us more than most other states. So a good governor should at least put it before the people. Okay? Maybe I am in such a slim minority that this doesn't get through, but we should try. And look, maybe it's possible it doesn't muster 5 approving justices on the Supreme Court, because it would probably go that far. But let's give that a whirl too. Let's let Sam Alito, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, John Roberts, Clarence Thomas, and hopefully 3 or 4 others that a conservative president will be naming over the next few years. Hopefully, it's 9-0 in favor of letting states enforce criminal law the way they should. It doesn't mean it's automatically to the chamber. There might be some redeeming circumstances. But to you, Eastern European financial predator, do you really want to take that chance? Because I'll be on the other end. Should things go our way and we have an old-fashioned firing squad. These cocktails are too, well, they don't even work well. 7 men with guns work very well. 10 to 21 bullets headed your way within a few seconds work damn well. Beware before you prey on people in Connecticut. I'm Mark Stewart.